What's up, Madden addicts? Welcome to another Madden NFL 17 player ratings and team projection. And today I'm going to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to break them down for your CFM in Madden NFL 17. Now, first, let's get through the logistics. All you have to do is hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want a chance to win a free copy of Madden NFL 17, the person I picked from the Bills video, their name is right there, so big shout out to them. If you want your name to be right there in upcoming videos, make sure you stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, and put any comment in the comment section below. That will earn you a chance to win a free copy. Now, one of the other things I have is the poll. So if you go to the top right hand corner of the video, there's different polls that I put up that I want your advice on. What team should I do next? So let's go ahead and talk about these Pittsburgh Steelers. They went 10-6 last year, and as everybody knows, they have probably one of the best offenses in the NFL, both in real NFL and in Madden, if you can use them right. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they lost, or what offseason moves they made. They lost Heath Miller, who retired their tight end. They lost a DB in Antoine Blake, a linebacker in Sean Spence, a defensive tackle in Steve McClendon, and a left tackle in Kelvin Beachum. But in the draft, I felt like they addressed their needs for what they were looking for and for what they lost. So they lost they drafted Artie Burns in the first round, a DB. They drafted Sean Davis, who's also a DB. They drafted Javon Hargrave, a defensive tackle, and they drafted Jerome Hawkins, a tackle. But one of the key offseason moves that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers made was to pick up LaDarius Green, the tight end, who I think is going to be the X factor. I know you're saying, Shop, like, they got Ben Roethlisberger, they got Antonio Brown, they got Le'Veon Bell, they got Martavius Bryant, they got Wheaton, they got all these guys on that offense. Why is LaDarius Green the X factor? Well, I think in Madden, and we all know this, the better your tight end is he just makes a mismatch for other guys on the field. So I feel like, especially in Madden, maybe not in the real NFL as much, but I think LaDarius Green is going to play a big factor for the Pittsburgh Steelers in your Madden NFL 17 CFM squad. So let's go ahead and take a look at the roster and see what these Pittsburgh Steelers are all about. Alright, so we are here looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers rosters. Now guys, again, these are not the official rosters. I feel like the official rosters will be released sometime this week. Of course, EA always starts off with the top rookies, top wide receivers, top quarterbacks, and so on. And then they go into player ratings for full teams. So I feel like this week we should get rookies and top 5 quarterbacks. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like that should happen sometime soon. And when it does, we'll definitely talk about it and break it down here on this channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the roster. As you can see, you have the Killer Bees and Antonio Brown, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and Le'Veon Bell, but you also have some good other young guys in Hayward, Pouncey, DeCastro, as well as James Harrison is still on the team as well. When we take a look at the QB situation, this might be something that you think about in the future. If you have this team, is who are you going to place Ben Roethlisberger with? I don't think that person is on the roster right now. Landry Jones, have much respect for him, but in Madden, I don't think he's the caliber. I don't think he's somebody that you can build around if Ben Roethlisberger leaves. Now again, this offense is dynamic, and I feel it starts with Le'Veon Bell, who can do everything. He can run inside or outside the tackles. He can catch out of the backfield. He runs great routes. He's not the top end fast guy, but with 88 speed and some good acceleration, he should be definitely one of those guys you heavily utilize, especially when you have Antonio Brown on the outside, getting double teamed and stuff like that. The elusiveness, ball carrier vision, Even has a little bit of truck in 85, 89 spin move, but 97 juke move. And with the new ball carrier mechanics, you're definitely going to want to use all these moves to your advantage. D'Angelo Williams is much, much respected backup. Definitely, you don't get everything you get with Le'Veon Bell, but definitely D'Angelo Williams can come in and spell belt a couple of downs or even be your third down short yardage back. As we take a look at the wide receiver position, I feel like this is another position that Pittsburgh Steelers have good depth in. I like Antonio Brown. Again, I think he's probably one of the best wide receivers in the league. You have Martavius Bryant, who has some speed. You have Marcus Wheaton, who's also young. Look, 27, 23, 24. And I would definitely take a look at Sammy Coats. Now, you might want to focus your game planning with Sammy Coats, but I think you have enough weapons at the wide receiver spot that you really don't have to. I mean, he's a rookie. He has good speed, but you have these three guys right here who probably catch better. I mean, we can take a look at their catching, but they catch better than Coats right now. So I wouldn't waste my game planning on Coats. Not saying that you're wasting it on Coats, but I feel like there's other pieces, especially on the defense, that you're going to need to pay attention to if you take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in your CFM team. So as we take a look at the tight end, remember you lost Heath Miller to retirement, but LaDarius Green, 89 speed, 6'6", like he's going to cause havoc. He's going to be a problem for defenses, and that only makes Bell, Roethlisberger, Wheaton, Antonio Brown all that much better because he's going to be able to stretch the field. I don't know how you're going to be able to contain all the weapons that the Pittsburgh Steelers have. So with that said, the offensive line is not, the left tackle spot definitely probably needs some work. You definitely need to upgrade there. But if you take a look at the rest of the roster, offensive line, you have Raymond Foster, who's 86. You have one of the best centers in the league in Pouncey. You have DeCastro, and you have Marcus Gilbert. So I feel like only that left tackle spot, which is very important when you have Big Ben back there and you're trying to protect him, that might be the only area on this offensive line that you need to do probably some maintenance on right now. As we take a look at the defense, because this is where I think you should spend most of your game planning on. You have a solid left in Cameron Hayward, and the crazy thing is, again, he's young. He's only 26. As you go to the defensive tackle, you have Stephon Tuitt, who I think is one of the guys you should use your game planning focus on. So Stephon Tuitt is one of the guys. At the defensive tackle spot, you got Javon Hargrave, who is another young guy, so you might want to use your game planning on that. There's a lot of young pieces on this defense that you can use game planning on, but I'm going to give you my three at the end. At left outside linebacker, you have Artie Burns and Dupree. I want to say them, and you have Shazier and Timmons as your middle linebacker, and you have James Harrison and Jarvis Jones as your other outside linebackers. So you have depth at the linebacker spot. One of the things I wanted to talk about was Dupree. I love Bud Dupree, and I think he's going to be a dynamic rookie. Artie Burns is clearly probably the better of the two, but Bud Dupree is another person who you can pretty much focus your training on. He has great speed. He's more of a pass rusher than a run stopping left outside linebacker. So that's some of the things you have to choose when you're getting them. I mean, but also with this much talent, you have trade pieces too. So I don't really talk about trades because it just depends on who you are. But let me know in the comment section below if there's anybody on the Steelers you would trade to get better at another position. And maybe in future videos we'll talk about that. So the defensive backs, I feel, is somewhere where you can upgrade to. I mean, you have Gay, but Artie Burns is a rookie coming in, and I feel like he's another one of those pieces that you could focus your game planning on. Your free safety, you got Mike Mitchell, and your strong safety, you got Shamarko Thomas. So that is it. And so the three guys that I would focus my game planning on in Madden NFL 17 CFL is Artie Burns, the DB, Stephon Tuitt, the defensive tackle. I believe he was a defensive tackle. No, the right end. And then I would do it on Ryan Shazier. Just because he's young, he's already at an 80. He's got good speed. Like, he could be that dominant Ray Lewis type middle linebacker if you build him right. So guys, that's gonna do it for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh went 10-6 last year. I predict they'll go somewhere like 12-4 this year. I think they'll win a couple more games. They just have to stay healthy. Big Ben has to stay upright. Le'Veon Bell coming off of injury has to be healthy as well. So, but their offense definitely top two in the league. I think they're right there with the Cardinals as a team that can win now and still build for the future. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember, join me every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. On twitch.tv/EA Sports for Game Changers Live, where we'll talk about Madden 17 CFM. I hope to see you there. This is your dude, Shotmaster, and I'm out. Peace.